Oh, Angel, thank you for letting us have this meeting at your house.
You're
I'm so
welcome.
glad the pastor agreed to meet us. There is just some things at this church that we really need to get control of. And I think
This
you'll
has
appreciate
been a
our
long
wisdom.
time coming.
Yes, definitely. I am so excited. I love to be a help to somebody, and I know the Lord appreciates us.
I think us addressing these issues, you know, isn't there a scripture about how if we have a problem, we need to take it to Him?
Yes,
Well, you know what? That's what we're doing, and He's going to appreciate this.
I think so too.
You know
I'm
what?
excited.
He may even call our names out at
He
service.
might. Wouldn't that be
Oh, that's
awesome?
Him! I hear
I
Him.
thought I heard a knock.
Pastor, come on in.
How are y'all doing today?
Oh,
Pastor,
we're doing
we are
great.
grand.
Doing
How are
great.
you?
Doing good.
I've got you a seat right here.
All
Sit
right.
at the head of the table.
Pastor.
Because not only are you head of my table, you're head of the church.
Yes.
So there you go.
I made some coffee, and
Okay.
I've already poured us a cup, so I'm just going to give you a big cup of that.
And look,
It's awesome. It's a special blend I purchased.
handmade donuts just
Nice.
for you.
She is the Martha Stewart of our church,
Yes.
except for the whole jail thing. You know, she's not.
Yeah, without
We're
that.
not.
And then
That might have been a bad example.
Sister Amanda here made some wonderful tea
Yes.
cakes for
Okay.
you.
Now, you're welcome to have one or two or 12.
Well, maybe in a minute.
Yeah, okay.
Now, we realize that you're new to the church, and we thought it was a great time
Yes.
to invite you over.
Yes.
That way we could talk about things, get to know you.
All right.
Yes.
So, Pastor, how long have you been a pastor?
Oh,
Yes.
a few years.
Sure.
Few years, like not very
I
long,
think I need a
right?
Well,
refreshing
it depends on
myself.
what you consider long. You know, longer than some my age, but not as long as some that's been doing it a lot longer. So.
Well, you know what? We could tell. We could
Yes.
tell you hadn't been doing this very long because there's some room for improvement.
Yes.
Always.
You know, and we love you, and that's why
Yes.
you're over here today. We have compiled a list.
Yes, I have it for you.
Yes, we
Angel.
each have a copy.
I made you a coffee, and I made
Okay.
Angel a coffee, and I
Yes.
made myself a coffee.
Now, if you look here, this is a list of things. On the left, you'll see, I know this is great. On the left, you'll see things that we wish that you wouldn't preach on quite so much. I mean, you just beat that horse, you know.
Okay.
Let's move on. Now, if you look on the right, these are areas of improvement. Things
Yes.
that you should preach on, and things that need to be changed within the church.
All
And you
right.
know what? We put a lot of thought
Yes,
into
we have.
this.
We worked
It-
day and
it's-
I
night.
can tell. It's quite a lengthy list we have here.
But
Well,
it's just some very important principles that
Yes.
are dear to our heart, and we believe are dear to the Lord and our church.
now my family has been in this church since the foundation was
I know.
poured.
Gosh, that's been like over 100 years.
Yes,
maybe.
yes. And I have pictures to prove it.
I believe you.
I mean, they don't go back 100 years, of
Right,
course,
right.
you know,
They're
but
close.
we have pictures. I have documentation.
Yes.
But we think that you should avoid these topics.
Okay.
It's hurting the church.
Yes.
If you'll look here, number 7, for instance, tithes.
Yes.
Okay.
You have been just really preaching on that, and you know what? We get it.
Yes,
we do.
we do. We
Um,
pay our tithes for the record. But,
yes.
You know, there's
And you know
some.
what? You're welcome.
Well,
Because I noticed you've been driving that new car.
Yeah.
Lord has been good to me.
Yes, we have.
It's okay. We understand. You gotta look good.
And we
Your
want our
pastor.
pastor to look good because you know
Yes.
what? He's a reflection of us.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Speaking of looking good, Pastor, I would really like it if you would start, tucking your shirt in a little more. And, a tie every now and then is not going to hurt our feelings.
No.
Our old pastor, he wore this whole suit, the shiny shoes, the jacket, the tie, the belt.
now I'm not saying you have to wear a suit
Yes.
every
No,
service.
No, that's
But
good.
you know what? You need a tie and some slacks. I got offended the other night when you had on them cowboy boots and you had on your shirt and it wasn't even tucked in.
No, that
I was like, oh my goodness, what is
I
happening?
know. How are we going to attract, more prominent members of the community to our church when our
Yes.
pastor's not even prominent? Is that you know, I
Yes,
don't mean to
I know
offend
it.
you, Pastor. I don't mean it. I'm
If
trying to enlighten our church and grow our church members.
Yes.
You know,
Or
that's what this
the
is all
quality
about.
of church members.
Exactly.
We need
You
people
know, more
in
tithes.
yes, we need people in the church
Yeah.
that have money.
Yeah. And Pastor, speaking of that too, there's a few topics that you've preached on that, you know, they've offended some of our more prominent members, and they have left because, you know, that, you know, there's some things you've been preaching on that are very,
So we
that
have
their daughters and their sons and grandchildren were doing,
Yes.
and I know that it's a sin, some of the things they were doing, Pastor, but, you know,
we feel
we don't want
like
to
if you
offend
will
them.
avoid the scriptures in that's 30 through 97, if
Yes.
you'll avoid those scriptures, I think we could really boost the
Yeah.
attendance.
because this is a new time, and people live differently, Pastor, and you know, we know some things our children are doing are wrong, but you know, we don't need people, we don't want to be reminded of that so often, and it's hurtful, and you know what I'm saying, we
And
want them in the church, not run out of the church.
And another thing, if you'll look there at number 24, I don't have time to be visiting nursing homes.
No.
I don't have time to be going around knocking on doors.
No.
You know, I feel like that's your job. So you need to step that up a little bit.
I think you could do a little better and maybe not ask for our help as much in that area. That's kind of what your salary's for, is to, you know, compensate you for all the gas and things that you have to do to visit.
That's
these
why I
places.
put that extra in the offering
Yes,
plate.
yes, I am with you on that, sis.
I mean, I don't know what them other folks are doing, but I think
Yes.
if you would preach a little bit harder on the other side of the church, you could get some more money and help fund some of these things and take the
This is
burden off of
lovely.
us.
I feel so much better, Pastor.
I feel like
already. Do you
a
feel
weight is
better?
lifted.
I mean, I think that we can conquer this battle that we're on.
You got a lot of good stuff here. I see where I need to step up my preaching a little bit.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
We
I'm
thought
so
you would see
glad.
things our way.
Yes.
We've been a light to a lot of young ministers since we've been in this church.
You know what? We invite every pastor over
Yes.
to my house
We do.
for
That is
coffee and
donuts.
donuts.
And how many pastors have we had in the last 10 years?
You know what? There's been several.
Yes, I think that you are number.
In the last 10
26.
years, yes, 26
Is that
feels right.
Or is it, maybe that might be a little high of a number. Is it or not?
You know what? I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter. It
You're
doesn't
here now,
matter.
and you're
That's
going to
right.
stay around. But, you know something? The music has gotten a little bit.
If I have to break a sweat,
rockabilly, maybe?
Yes.
Is that the word? Okay.
it's too fast. If I break a sweat clapping my hands, it's too fast. We need to
Yeah.
slow that down. And then this drama stuff the kids
I
are
don't know
doing.
about that. That
What
just
in
seems-
the world is that?
Yeah, that's probably my great grandfather is probably rolling over in his grave.
If it's not in that hymn book, it doesn't need to be
and
put out.
speaking of the music, the drums, and what is up? Pastor, I didn't
We
know.
have
Did we
never-
vote on that it was okay to get drums on the stage? I don't really remember when that. It just
No.
I kind of come in one Sunday and there they were,
And speaking
and I was
of
like, oh,
speaking of voting, who did not vote me to be, cleaning the church? I have done that
I
for
voted
a
you.
decade.
You know I voted for you. Because, we've been friends forever, and our grandparents were friends, our parents were friends, our grandparents,
Yes.
our great-grandparents. We are the backbone of this assembly,
And-
Pastor.
And why are we not in charge of the
Yes.
functions
I don't know, because,
in the church? The potluck.
Exactly. They always, used to run those things through us, and I don't know who
We
changed
have
things,
nothing.
but, this last potluck, they just asked me to bring some potato salad and some slaw, and I was like, who are
What?
you? I am the one that asked you to bring things.
Yes.
We always headed up those committees. The important stuff, we
That's
were
us.
the leaders.
And you know what? The last pastor, he would get up and give a little nod to Sister Amanda and Sister Angel
Yes.
for our efforts. And you know what?
Yes.
As of late, I have heard nothing from you. It's like radio silence.
Yes, Pastor. We appreciate being appreciated.
So,
All right.
But we appreciate you.
I see.
Well, I'm glad that we were able to get
Yes,
this
definitely.
all aired out and,
Yes.
you know, come to an agreement on everything, you know. And I think if
This
you
is
follow
great.
these
This is
guidelines,
great.
this is going to be the beginning of a great relationship.
Yes, Pastor. We are going to have many
I can definitely see where I need to work. So let me get this straight. You want me to avoid these scriptures here that
Yes.
offend people.
Yes.
So we're going to omit them from the Word of God. And then we're going to focus on the things that make you feel better.
I think it's good.
Yes.
You are. That's great, Pastor. I'm so glad you came.
Yes, yes.
Now
that
we
we've
got
that,
to get on. You know, we got some shopping to do. So
that's right.
we appreciate you coming by. Just take that
Thank
list
you.
home with you. That
Yes.
is for you to
Study
that.
Study
I'm
that.
sure that we will hear a good word come Sunday. I'm excited.
It's been great having you.
And if everything goes as I believe it, we'll meet you right here at about 12. Because I think you need to cut your little time down just to
Yes, you're getting a little
long.
wordy.
We got to be at dinner at 12. And if you'll get that all worked out, we'll have you some fried chicken sitting right here on this table with some. I'll bring my famous mashed potatoes.
Yes,
and
and I'll
my
make some
fried
of these
chicken.
delicious donuts.
Which, by the way, you did not eat, and Pastor, that's so rude. So take you a few for the road.
I'll take one for
Just
the road.
take the whole tray,
It'll be all right.
Pastor.
My
Yes.
wife really don't need them, and if I take them home, she'll want to eat them. So I'll
Pastor,
just
are you
take
calling
one.
your wife?
No.
That is just rude. Now,
Who calls their wife fat?
Pastor.
I didn't say that. You're
Pastor.
putting words in my mouth again.
Pastor.
Well, it's all right. I'm glad
Yes,
you came.
it's
Glad
okay.
you came.
We understand. We all get misrepresented sometimes. We love you, Pastor. Be careful.
Bye,
Be careful.
Pastor.
Enjoy that
See y'all
guitar
Sunday.
And
Bye.
that fancy garden you got in your house and all that stuff. Bye. That pastor's gonna rob us blind.
Ain't that the truth?